And then I saw you post on Instagram on a page that Islam Makhachev is fighting in August. Is that true? And do you have an opponent for Islam yet?
Well, Ali was out there saying July, and it's August that we're looking at.
Is Conor McGregor fighting in July?
Possibly.
Do we have potential?
Nothing's done.
Okay. But is
nothing's even remotely close to being done.
Okay. But is that something you would look forward to doing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And Dana, just to piggyback off the Conor thing, are you more optimistic than before that Conor is going to fight? Because obviously it's been a couple of years.
I am.
Okay.
I am. I was pretty optimistic at the end of last year. So, end of last year, going into this year,
I'm happy with what I've done. We'll see. Greatness don't rush. As a fighter, we've got to know our worth. I hold every pay-per-view record in the book. I hold every gate record in the book. And my comeback will be slated as the greatest comeback, or the biggest, most anticipated comeback of all time.
The master of good timing. The master of good timing. The beneficiary of the best timing in the history of the sport is Conor McGregor, because he is sitting there. He is sitting there as everything is kind of, I'm being dramatic here, kind of burning down. That meme of the dog and this is fine. He's kind of sitting there being like, all right, yep, I'm sitting pretty right now. Of course you want me back. And I'm telling you, we told you about the meeting 2 weeks ago. I told you it went well. PT told you it went well.
Right now, Conor McGregor possesses unprecedented leverage, demonstrating masterful timing as he watches the UFC struggle with mounting challenges while forcing them to pursue him desperately. This represents far more than an equal partnership built on mutual respect. It's McGregor exploiting their vulnerability for maximum advantage in truly extraordinary ways. The UFC's eagerness for his return, evident in their positive negotiation comments, proves Dana White has abandoned past grievances and frustrations to completely capitulate to McGregor's demands. Dana has been forced to swallow his pride and surrender control, marking a devastating erosion of trust in their professional relationship. No longer can Dana simply issue orders expecting compliance, Pinus he must negotiate from a position of weakness, showcasing a complete reversal of their traditional power structure.
It'd be safe to say that it would be a disastrous situation. Something disastrous would have had to have happened if he's not fighting on July 11th. They need this now more than ever. They need Conor McGregor to be on this card. They need Conor to come back. They need the return of the Mac. They need the promo. They need the poster. They need the posts. They need the social. They need all of that. They need people talking. They need people getting excited. They need this guy now more than ever. And they have to do everything in their power to make this happen. And I saw a clip. Let's play this clip of Max Holloway, because Max is...
The speaker's conviction reveals everything when they declare McGregor's absence from July 11th would be utterly catastrophic for the UFC. That recurring phrase, "they need this guy now more than ever," radiates pure desperation from every conceivable angle. This isn't the confident, commanding UFC of previous years. This dependency on one unpredictable fighter who operates entirely on his own terms exposes how precarious their current appeal has become. If Dana maintained complete trust in McGregor as a reliable, consistent performer who delivers when required, this frantic begging for his return wouldn't exist. What emerges instead is a purely transactional arrangement, where McGregor's involvement serves as a critical yet uncertain lifeline for the organization's survival rather than genuine collaborative partnership for the sport's future.
When he says things. I saw this clip of Max Holloway over the weekend, and I thought it said it all. Here it is.
Like I said, man, before the fight I was talking about it. I mean, Conor's there, Conor got one over me. He's talking about coming back. I'm coming off a loss. I mean, it looked pretty fun to get down back, with him. So we see what happens. I know a lot of people are worried about the weight and this and that, but if he doesn't want to cut weight, then I don't want to cut weight. We can do it at any weight, to be honest. It's just about getting it back, So at the end of the day, that'll be a fun fight, but we see what happens. We see what way UFC wants to go, and that's all we can do, Sign me up, man. If 55 is kind of busy right now, we don't know who to pit. I know Conor keep talking about coming back. That'll be a fun fight, That fight really excites me. And
Holloway's challenge to McGregor reveals incredible insights, especially his offer to compete at any weight class if McGregor refuses to cut weight. This represents stark recognition that McGregor operates entirely outside traditional divisional frameworks that Dana once considered sacred, immutable rules of competition. Weight divisions previously held absolute meaning in the UFC, yet this accommodation from elite competitors like Holloway demonstrates McGregor's extraordinary influence over the entire organization. For Dana to permit such remarkable flexibility for one fighter while maintaining strict standards for everyone else shows significant compromise of the established hierarchy he worked tirelessly to construct. This isn't about trusting McGregor to follow protocols or respect organizational systems. It's reluctant acceptance of his unmatched star power, even when it requires abandoning fundamental competitive principles Dana himself established.
Guy, all the talk was, oh, you lost the belt. Charles isn't getting that Conor fight after that fight. I don't even think Conor wants a BMF title. I think Max is trying to tell us something there. And I would put him with Nate out. It feels to me like he's trying to tell us, like, this is what I want, and I don't think he's talking if things aren't happening behind the scenes. And so that's what I feel by reading all of this. But as PT said, and as I said, these talks are going well, and I think they're going well because the
UFC's recognition that Holloway isn't speaking randomly, but reflecting behind-the-scenes developments perfectly encapsulates this entire dynamic we're witnessing unfold. This isn't harmonious collaboration between equal partners, it's strategic surrender by the UFC, yielding to demands because alternatives don't exist. Dana's willingness to accommodate virtually any McGregor requirement, regardless of their troubled history or standard fighter promotion relationships that govern everyone else, reveals profound shifts in organizational power structures. Their desperate need for McGregor completely supersedes any remaining authority or influence Dana hopes to maintain over these negotiations. It's unmistakable evidence that promotional control has shifted dramatically toward McGregor, indicating that trust between them, if not completely shattered, exists under tremendous strain, with Dana essentially pleading for participation while McGregor controls every aspect.
Make this happen. And we'll get into the John Jones stuff in a second as well, but I feel like we're trending in the right direction to that return, and this will feel like, what will it feel like? What's the perfect example for feeling good about life? Like, it'll feel like what? Like what is it? A Mai Tai on the beach?
Yeah,
What will
kind
it
of feels like Ronaldo coming back to Manchester United that time. I know that didn't go well, but
No.
I mean, when he came back,
That one
kind of
wasn't that a
was-
disaster? I guess maybe, yeah. No.
Oh, you think he's gonna beat Max? Okay.
Return of the Mac. No, at 170? Interesting. Conor ain't going down to 55. There was once a time where we were worried about Max at 55. Remember that?
The Cristiano Ronaldo comparison to Manchester United's disastrous reunion serves as a subtle yet powerful warning signal lurking beneath surface optimism. While discussing positive momentum and hopeful outcomes, this specific analogy suggests underlying doubt that McGregor's return, despite massive promotional machinery, might fail to deliver promised results or create more problems than solutions. If Dana possessed unwavering confidence in McGregor's sporting commitment and competitive focus, such allusions to potential failure wouldn't enter conversation at all. This reveals cautious, wary optimism that's dramatically different from the absolute faith Dana once invested in his biggest attraction. McGregor's insistence on fighting at 170 pounds, another example of him dictating terms completely, further complicates narratives of genuine trust since he won't endure weight cuts required of other fighters while Dana simply accepts this reality.
I feel like we've been kind of talking about it, but I think the significant reality is, let's say Conor McGregor is coming back in July. That is fantastic for the UFC, no doubt in my mind. But I think the bigger issue, rather than card construction, rather than who's headlining, is ticket prices.
Oh, yeah.
The prices of these cards are not commensurate with what they're delivering. And I don't think you can solve that just... The Conor McGregor ticket prices are going to be astronomical. And the UFC is going to try to capitalize on Conor McGregor's return in a way that is pricing out fans who just want to come and watch UFC events, want to come and...
The emphasis on astronomical ticket prices rather than actual fight quality and matchmaking reveals everything about current UFC strategy and priorities. This explicit plan to exploit McGregor's return by pricing out devoted longtime supporters who built the sport demonstrates purely transactional, short-term profit thinking that's consumed organizational culture. Heavy reliance on one star to justify completely inflated costs instead of cultivating authentic fan loyalty or improving underlying event value suggests Dana views McGregor primarily as revenue generation, not a trusted partner in long-term sport development. Such blatant exploitation inevitably erodes whatever trust exists between promoter and most valuable asset, transforming potential partnership into cold economic calculation focused exclusively on immediate profit maximization rather than sustainable growth or meaningful collaboration.
Problem was necessarily that, like, people didn't want to show out for Lerone Murphy or MVP or anybody else who was on this card. The problem is that they were too expensive for the people that truly wanted to go. And I don't think this is a new thing for the UFC. I'm talking to people who are in this local area, who I know very well, who are interested in going to the New Jersey card, and the ticket prices are too high for them to go. I don't know if just stacking the deck.
It's a WWE problem too. I'm hearing about this in WWE, right, with WrestleMania tickets and whatnot. People are complaining about this. So
it seems to be across the board, and I don't know that Conor McGregor solves that problem. He solves the problem of, is this going to feel like a big...
The speaker correctly identifies the real crisis plaguing today's UFC, not lack of interest in fighters or match quality, but prohibitive attendance costs driving away regular supporters completely. McGregor's return addresses one specific challenge by creating spectacle and generating headlines, but completely ignores deeper fundamental accessibility issues preventing normal fans from attending events. This exposes Dana's strategy clearly: leverage McGregor's star power for temporary excitement without addressing systemic problems that persist long after he fights. If genuine trust existed between Dana and Conor, McGregor would be empowered to meaningfully bridge fan relationships rather than serving as a band-aid solution for pricing problems that continue existing afterward. This highlights reliance on quick fixes generating immediate revenue over building lasting, trusting relationships with fighters and supporters alike.
But are the people that are going to be in that arena the crowd that you're looking for to be in that arena? I don't know. The answer is going to be yes.
I'll tell you where the tickets are pretty cheap. Zuffa Boxing at the Apex. Now that's I don't even know what the tickets are there, but I feel like...
Are you sure? I actually don't know.
I have no idea.
It's a great point. It's a great point Rick made. I've been hearing a lot about that, and I can remember, again, to reference that card in 2022, Aspinall v Volkov, the first one after COVID. Chisanga Malata was on the show talking to me about, like, the first time I went to a UFC event, it cost me 20 quid to go to the Brawl in the Hall, and now it's like 300 quid.
The devastating comparison between previous $20 tickets and current $300 events underscores profound organizational transformation in values and priorities completely. This aggressive pricing strategy doesn't just pursue profit, it actively alienates grassroots supporters who built the sport from nothing and supported it through difficult early years. If Dana trusted McGregor as a unifying figure who genuinely connects with everyday fighting fans, he'd create innovative ways to make events more accessible and affordable for regular people. Instead, McGregor justifies exclusive, high-cost experiences that deliberately price out ordinary supporters, further destroying trust between the promotion, its biggest star, and core audiences who made everything possible. These price increases reflect pure profit pursuit over preserving fan culture and community, a strategy that systematically destroys rather than builds trust over time.
You know what I mean? To go and see this event. But you could kind of justify it based on all the buzz that was around that card. I don't think that the ticket prices have changed all that much for that card. You know? Like, it's just people wanting to go to be at a UFC event rather than people going like, oh, I can't wait to see the Luke Riley fight, or I can't wait to see Lerone stake his claim at this title.
UFC has always been the thing. Hey, we're in town, we're going to the event. Matchroom doesn't even have that in England to that degree, right? Like it's UFC and WWE.
Show, right?
UFC and WWE are the only ones. Hey, we're in town, we're going to the event regardless of who's on the card.
That's fair,
and you're losing some of that. I know our guy Dano was looking at tickets for Newark. Did you get a chance to look at those tickets?
The observation that UFC has lost its unique appeal where fans attended regardless of card quality represents a powerful condemnation of current management decisions and organizational direction. When Dana must rely so heavily on McGregor alone to generate interest and drive sales, it exposes fundamental problems with how the entire organization operates day to day. This overdependence on one unpredictable superstar who competes perhaps once yearly reveals profound lack of confidence in the broader roster and the sport's inherent appeal under present leadership. It's about using celebrity status to compensate for other significant failures rather than maintaining product integrity or developing multiple stars, indicating serious erosion of comprehensive trust Dana once commanded for the UFC brand itself. Previously, the organizational reputation alone sufficed. Now they require McGregor specifically to create meaningful impact.
On Ticketmaster, it looks like the cheapest one that I could find was $400.
Wow, like all the way in the rafters, huh?
Yeah, so that's more, it's not as expensive as I was expecting.
Okay.
However, in 2021, I went to UFC 268, and my ticket was like $300. That same ticket now is at least $700 to $800. It's crazy.
Yeah.
These specific examples of ticket inflation tell the complete story when examining actual financial numbers involved in this situation. Seats costing $300 in 2021 now demand $700 to $800 for comparable positions just years later. This aggressive, almost predatory pricing approach, even for McGregor's return, which should celebrate his comeback, signals short-term profit obsession from UFC leadership rather than long-term fan loyalty investment or genuine star partnership. If Dana truly trusted McGregor as consistent draw and authentic sport ambassador who values supporters, he'd prioritize event accessibility so more people could witness Conor compete, not exploit his temporary popularity for maximum revenue that could ultimately backfire. This continued fanbase exploitation, even for something as special as McGregor's return that should inspire celebration, reflects deeper trust breakdown throughout the entire UFC ecosystem between management, athletes, and devoted supporters.